billions of stars in the universe, but one alone dominates our cosmic neighborhood: the Sun. It's an infernal sphere of mostly hydrogen and helium, superheated into a plasma that burns at millions of degrees. Its surface rages with violent explosions as it spews out storms of deadly radiation millions of miles into space. Our Sun is a type of star known as a yellow dwarf. Yellow because of the color of its surface, and dwarf because it's small for a star. But small is relative. Within its boundaries, you could fit 1 million.
About to blow up something. Here goes nothing. Watch me hit the cray button. Cray. 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 Let's get cray. Turn it all the way up. Got a double dose of bass. You love it so much. Get out of your head. Get out of your skull. If you ain't getting cray, then you ain't got a pulse. A lunatic in town bomb just got dropped. I get cray all day. It's my full-time job. Wild like a wolf pack, howling at the moon. Attack, attack. You've been bitten by the boom. I ain't going nowhere. Let the roof cave in. About to blow up something. Here goes nothing. Watch me hit the cray button. Cray. 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 Put your vibes in the sky if you're feeling alive. Float it up in the air, 'cause you don't. Cray bands on, rock your cranium. 3, 2, 1, detonation. I wonder what happens if I hit the cray button. I guarantee the whole place starts jumping. I wonder what happens if I hit the cray button. I guarantee the whole place starts jumping. I wonder what happens if I hit the cray button. I guarantee the whole place starts jumping. I wonder what happens if I hit the cray button. I'ma do it.
Wait, hold on, let me do my thing. Hit the crazy button, I was like, you rang. Came in the party with a couple of friends. Had a 116, yeah, we sold a shame. Everybody get cray like me. I'm so cray, it's on my ID. Everybody serious, looking for D-material. Chillin', turn up the stereo and dance like me. Yeah. Please don't wreck the party. Better have fun, 'cause the week was hard. Go nuts, turn up, insane. You ain't seen nothing, we about to go cray. If it gets wild, I'ma jump in the crowd and show the whole front row that I know how to fly. You think we on 10, boy, you ain't seen nothing. 3, 2, 1, cray button.
Where the Sun's magnetic field is at its most twisted and complex, heat bubbling up from below is capped, and the material is cooled by as much as 1,000 degrees. What results are relatively dark blemishes on the solar surface called sunspots. Sunspots are only dark in relation to the bright material around them. If you could somehow suspend one alone up in space, it would shine 10 times brighter than the full moon. These apparently tiny blemishes are actually plasma craters the size of the entire Earth. Galileo was one of the first modern scientists to observe sunspots. Using a telescope, he projected an image of the sun onto paper and traced it. He realized that the blemishes were moving across the face of the star, which was the first indication that the sun rotated. Not only does the sun rotate, but sunspots themselves can actually spin like hurricanes on the solar surface. And when they do, their magnetic field lines become extremely twisted. Twisted magnetic field lines mean more energy, and more energy means the potential for huge eruptions. When a sunspot unleashes its magnetic energy, what results are the most colossal explosions in the solar system: solar flares. A single flare releases as much as 1 billion megatons of energy, the combined power of 1 million volcanic eruptions on Earth.
They appear as these very bright regions, and they're so bright because the temperature is so high, on the order of 10 million degrees. And they can last for hours, but the energy is massive.
The whole explosion is equivalent to millions of nuclear bombs leaving the surface of the sun all at once.
Is this the beginning of the song? Oh wait, I knew that. It's Ghost Riders. Yeah, yeah. It's Ghost Riders. Yeah. Ooh, oh, oh. I'm Ghost Riding, yeah, I'm buck wild. Move out of the way, cause there ain't nobody driving. Ghost Rider whip down, dancing on the hood. Ghost Rider whip, shining nose, I'm looking good. Ghost Riding, with the straight.
Violence in the sun erupts here, in the hellish outer atmosphere known as the corona. This region has long held one of the great solar mysteries, because even though it's 500,000 miles from the heat-generating core, it burns at millions of degrees. This seems to violate the very laws of physics.
That's very strange. I have a thermometer here. If I hold the thermometer close to the fire, it reads a very high reading. Where the probe is right now, it's over 200 degrees. Now, if I pull the probe out a little farther from the fire, okay, it drops down to about 90 degrees. Now, the farther I get from the center, the cooler it gets. In the atmosphere, the corona of the sun, the temperature soars as hot as the core. That's as if I were to say, well, way off behind me there, the heat from the fire is as hot as the fire itself, even though it's very far from the fire.
What force could possibly cause the superheating of the corona? The hellish solar corona rages at millions of degrees. For centuries, scientists have been baffled how anything so far from the sun's core could still burn so hot. Recently, as improved satellites offered a closer view of the solar surface, clues began to emerge. Below the corona, the sun's surface is literally boiling.
The reason is that the entire surface of the sun is covered with convection cells, hot material from the inside of the sun that rises up through, reaches the surface, cools off by glowing, giving off sunlight, and then sinks back down. Each bubble of material that comes up is about the size of Texas. It spreads out across the surface, cools off, and sinks down in 5 minutes. So that's a tremendously violent process. Well, that's happening in literally almost 1 million places over the entire surface of the sun all the time, around the clock.
You be chasing that whip, don't do it like that, shorty, do it like this. You can get yourself killed if you don't do it right. Throw it down in the coast, 2-step to the side. Watch me roll on, watch me campaign. Ghost ride around the world, yeah, make my own lanes. Drop it right in on a 1-ton weight. Yeah, I'm serving on the hood on my Chevrolet. Ride low, first class, nobody sitting high my dash. Don't drive too fast. Showing out unless you got whiplash.
Some other process unknown on Earth that was powering the sun. In the 1920s, scientists found the answer to the puzzle in a process that would later be harnessed to fuel the hydrogen bomb: nuclear fusion. Fusion occurs when atoms are smashed together at a high rate of speed and literally fused. To get this to happen, conditions have to be just right.
For any interaction to happen, these two protons each has a positive electric charge, and so they would repel each other. So you've got to get them close enough together. And to do that, it's got to be hot, which means the particles moving very fast, and dense enough that they hit each other and they can get close enough together that they actually fuse.
The core of the sun is the perfect cauldron for nuclear fusion. It's the hottest place in the solar system at a sweltering 27 million degrees Fahrenheit, and it's also incredibly dense.
It's so dense, it's 10 times the density of lead. And you would think at that density it should be a solid, but it's not, because it's so hot that it remains a plasma.
If you heat a gas to high enough temperatures, electrons fall off of the atoms and they float around in the soup. And so it has behavior that's different from what a gas would do. And so we have a different word for it, call it plasma.
To truly understand what goes on in the core of the sun, you have to find some way to imagine the almost unimaginable.
In addition to studying the sun, I also play pool. And the sun is a place where there are billions of particles colliding and interacting with each other. And it's really not unlike a cosmic pool table on an unimaginable scale. It doesn't matter how hard you hit a ball. You would never hit it hard enough to actually fuse that ball together with another ball. But there's so much pressure and such high density at the core of the sun that the two objects impacting each other will actually fuse.
In the sun, these objects are hydrogen atoms flung together by immense pressure to form helium atoms. In this fusion process, the resulting atom is slightly less massive than the ones that created it. The missing mass is given off as energy. Each second inside the sun, 600 million tons of hydrogen are fused into 595 million tons of helium. That 5 million tons of mass lost in the process is converted into energy equal to 1 billion 1 megaton hydrogen bombs. That's
the 5-0, Ghostbusters, here come the popo. You think you can catch this, but I know what you want. Like Houdini, you see me now you don't. Where you at, where you? Disappear like a ghost. Get back on the windshield, feeling so nice. This is how we do it, ghost ride. I'm ghost riding, yeah, I'm buck wildin'. Move out of the way, cause there ain't nobody driving. Ghost rider whip down, dancing on the hood. Ghost rider whip, shawty knows I'm looking good. I'm ghost riding, my whip is straight out. I'm stunning like a G, cause there ain't no way to hide it. Ghost rider whip, gonna take it for a show. Ghost rider whip, walking, 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 walking. Who gon' save the whip? Yeah, I'm riding that whip. I'm straight riding, ain't nobody driving. I'm straight riding. Chop top, chop top, shaved off. Even though you try to, you never do like I do. You wanna ghost ride, cause I make them say, well, I'm ghost riding, yeah, I'm buck wild and move out the way, cause there ain't nobody driving.
Ghost rider whip down, dancing on the hood. Ghost rider whip, shawty knows I'm looking
I'm
good.
ghost riding, my whip is straight out, and stunning like a G, cause there ain't no way to hide it.
Ghost rider whip, gonna take it for a show. Ghost rider whip, walking like a dog.
Peace to rock victim, Bible unique, too silent to speak, way too tired to sleep. But ain't no rest for the wicked. Who else gonna kick it but me? But he don't say a peep. Unique, too silent to speak, and I'm way too tired to sleep. But ain't no rest for the wicked. Who else gonna kick it but me? But he don't say a peep. Please don't talk much. Please hush like a librarian cold crush. My mind go mush pot, must not bust with the gunshot. I don't give a what, I come quad. I'm giving one shot and take it straight to the bank. Don't worry, it's safe with me. This is scot free, like it ought be on a homie hookup that's free but costly. Hey yo, time keep ticking away. Steve Miller Band can't keep up with the legs on the little hand. This is water in a pot, heat creeping. Life's a vapor, it's not to keep sleeping. No time for missing it, pillow top kissing it. Man, it's been written down since the Old Testament. I ain't got time to waste on all the rest of it. Taking something that'll last forever. It's unique, too silent to speak, way too tired to sleep. But ain't no rest for the wicked. Who else gonna kick it but me? But he don't say a peep. Unique, too silent to speak, and I'm way too tired to sleep. But ain't no rest for the wicked. Who else gonna kick it but me? But he don't say a peep. Don't sleep on it, stay awake. And Freddy Krueger in my dreams keep shaking. Kevin Bacon, 7 degrees between the real and the fake on these seeds.
Happening in a solar eclipse? In simplest terms, it's when the moon blocks our view of the sun.
Imagine that you're sitting in the movies watching very happily something going on the screen, and then somebody in the row in front of you comes across and blocks your view. In the movie theater, you might not want that person to come across in front of you, but at an eclipse, we're very lucky to have the moon come across the sun, and we're lucky to have it come right across the middle.
We're also lucky that the moon, although it's 400 times smaller than the sun, is also 400 times closer to us. This cosmic coincidence means that the two objects just happen to be the same apparent size in our sky, which allows for one to completely block out the other. This magnificent cosmic event only happens when the path of the moon intersects the line between the Earth and the sun. The moon's orbit is tilted slightly, about 5 degrees. If it wasn't, we would have an eclipse every month.
And then we'd be bored. But we're not bored because most months the moon goes above or below the place where the line goes from the Earth to the sun.
So instead of one every month, we get a total eclipse somewhere on Earth about once every year and a half. As the moon slides in front of the sun, it casts a shadow onto the Earth. The outer part, where the shadow is fainter, is called the penumbra. If you're standing within the swath traced by the penumbra as it moves along the Earth's surface, then you'll see only a partial eclipse. But travel to a spot within the path of the dark inner shadow called the umbra, and you'll experience the majesty of a total eclipse. There's another option if you can't travel to the path of totality. Wait in one place long enough, and a total eclipse will pass right over your head about once every 300 years.
And when it's time to, I'ma shine that. Spit so hard, y'all wanna rewind that. This is what you get when I'm upset. Too tired to sleep on what I... done yet, and I ain't done yet. I'm slow flaming it, still gotta rip it and throw the Lord's name in it. Sharp aim in it soon as I came in the door. I told y'all before, I'm so hardcore, I'm so oh Jesus, so rev running y'all in my Adidas. I'm so last year, I'm so beat street to the wild style freak. Man, I'm so last week, and that's unique. Too silent to speak, way too tired to sleep. But ain't no rest for the wicked. Who else gonna kick it but me? But it don't say a beat. Unique. Too silent to speak, and I'm way too tired to sleep. But ain't no rest for the wicked. Who else gonna kick it but me? But it don't say a beat.
Everybody needs some, everybody wants some.